Hello, this is CapCan Knows, the official podcast of the Capital Area College Access Network. We are excited to engage the community in conversations about college access. I am your host, Rachel Cortez, and AmeriCorps Vista serving with CapCan. Today, Michelle Strauss, CapCan's Executive Director, and I are joined by Dave Varing, the Employment Services Manager at Farm Bureau Insurance of Michigan. So let's get started. First of all, Dave, thank you for being here with us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. I'm a pleasure to be a part of this conversation and looking forward to it. So let's get into it. I'm excited.
All right. So the first question we always ask everyone is, who encouraged you to go to college, and why was it important to you to continue your education after high school?
I would say my brother and my dad, kind of two people, encouraged me in different ways. My brother, because he was my idol growing up, and I kind of started to see his path as a business student at the university he attended, and saw kind of the result of that and how that was going to help him kind of get his career started. And then my dad, having been to college and kind of already been through that part and in his career at the point at which I was growing up, just could kind of see the success he was having, and knowing that degree that he attained was important to him and important to his career. So I had two really good role models from that perspective.
So Dave, tell us a little bit about Farm Bureau as a company and its connection to Michigan's agricultural industry.
Complicated question to explain, so I'll try to be brief and clear here. So in terms of our connection to agriculture, Michigan Farm Bureau is our parent company. So that's the nonprofit side of our organization. There are a family of companies, as we say it, underneath the Michigan Farm Bureau umbrella, Farm Bureau Insurance being one of those. I know we'll probably touch on that a little bit too, but essentially Michigan Farm Bureau is the agricultural part of our company. It's the grassroots part of our organization, and it was founded in 1919 by farmers. We just celebrated our 100th centennial anniversary in 2019, which was a really cool milestone for us. And some folks might not know this, but all of our board of directors have to be full-time farmers to be qualified to be on our board.
I didn't know that.
Kind of a unique space there. We have 65 county farm bureaus scattered across the state of Michigan. And those county farm bureaus are kind of our eyes and ears and help us to continue the message of agriculture and the importance of it with our members. We are a membership-driven organization as well, because there is a membership piece to Michigan Farm Bureau. We have 217,000 total members. Some of those are farmer members, and others are, as we call, associate members that are, like myself, a non-farmer but have a vested interest or an interest in agriculture in Michigan Farm Bureau. And I will say the membership is really a cool membership. It's a $50 a year membership, and savings on hotels and all those things that you can think of that a membership might give you. It definitely pays itself back. And roadside assistance is incredible with this membership as well. So just really kind of a cool little piece to the puzzle for us, and really just excited that I'm with a company that is not only agriculture, but also has a piece of the insurance puzzle as well to it.
Great. I guess I know enough about the association world to understand what you're talking about. You are an association, a membership organization of a particular profession, this case being farmers. And then the insurance side of it is the more the business for-profit arm of the nonprofit.
You got it, Michelle. That's well explained. That's exactly it. In terms of employee size, I mean, we have about 100 employees in the Michigan Farm Bureau company. So it is definitely a smaller company. These are professionals that work in public policy, promotion and education of agriculture, kind of out in the countryside for us in Michigan. We have legislative programs that we offer. We have a Center for Education and Leadership that is also includes a farm science lab. We have a couple of buses that actually connect with our elementary schools throughout the state of Michigan. And until COVID, this bus was actually fully booked every school year, and it would literally go on site to an elementary school, and teachers and educators would go out into this bus and actually do a lesson plan for grade school kids. I had the chance to go out and actually see that in action at Bath Community Schools a couple of years ago, and it was a really neat thing to watch and see how the kids were getting involved in agriculture. And so that's, again, one of our kind of our grassroots aspects of our company that's really cool. We're trying to get to younger people and trying to educate younger people on the importance of agriculture in our state and in the nation as a whole.
Great. I didn't know that you offered that for students, so we'll have to keep that in mind for some other partnerships down the road. So
absolutely,
that's good.
Yeah, we actually built a second bus with the because the demand was so high, and then literally the bus kind of finished up, and then COVID hit, and so
Sure.
we're kind of grounded with that program right now. But certainly we're expecting and hoping that that's going to ramp up again here as things start to open up a little bit, maybe later this year.
Well, if people have summer school programs that they want to engage somebody, might be a great opportunity. So
there you go. I can get them connected to the right people if it comes to that. So
awesome.
It's a neat, another little piece that we have to our complex organization that's just really cool to be able to talk about.
Excellent. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. So insurance is a growing business sector in the Lansing area. And why is that happening here? I didn't really even know about insurance in Lansing. So this is
they really kind of call Lansing the insurance hub, if you will, of the Midwest. And it's just kind of so happened that it's been that way. I mean, I can speak from a Farm Bureau perspective and tell you that we all compete for talent in this market, and it comes down to company culture and how you're able to kind of build your workforce and continue that workforce going forward in a positive direction. And so for us and for insurance here in Lansing, I guess it's just it's important for us to continue to be Michigan's insurance company, as we call ourselves, and to take care of our policyholders, and as we say, kind of be there for them on their worst day. You just never know what's going to happen in the world of insurance, and we have a great group of employees here that really care and want to be there for our policyholders when it's their worst day. And that's what I really like about this company is it's about people, it's about family, and we really do care not only about each other, but about our policyholders, and that's important to us. I didn't mention when I was talking about the size of companies, Michigan Farm Bureau being about 100 employees, our Farm Bureau Insurance Company is more like 800 employees. So in a company size of a family of companies around 1,000 employees, 800 of them are housed in the mutual and life companies for us within the insurance portion. And that's because of, like you said, Michelle, all the business units are housed in the insurance company, from claims to underwriting to marketing to finance, accounting, IT, literally any career that you have an aspiration for, just about, you're going to be able to find in our company. And a lot of folks think of it as just sales. And certainly we have agents that sell our insurance, and we have a full line of insurance products that they sell, home, auto, commercial, life, farm. Farm's a big part of it for us, obviously. And, it's just from the perspective of people and our employees and the business units, I just like to let young people know who are kind of in the high school, college space that, any of those careers are a possibility in our company and in the insurance industry. So that's kind of what's cool for me, is to be on this side of it, to be able to educate folks in that way as they try to make decisions about their career.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit more about the diverse roles within the insurance company that you really need to foster more diversity and certainly that you have more talent needs for right now?
Yeah, absolutely. From a diversity perspective, I mean, we do have a large portion of women that are in leadership positions for us. I think we continue to try to grow our footprint from a diversity perspective in a lot of different ways, but certainly from the perspective of, just trying to find the right talent and find a diverse pool of candidates, from the way that we post jobs to the way that we market them to the audiences that we're in front of. We're certainly trying to continue to build that talent pool and make it as robust for our managers as possible, because when it comes down to trying to find claims reps and underwriters and actuaries, IT professionals, marketing professionals, you're talking about diversity across the board there, from those that are in colleges to those that are in their current career or maybe in a professional in that space, looking for a career change. And so we're trying to kind of cater to everyone and really just say to folks, hey, this is a company for you. This is a great company, and it's a company to go in. And as a result, it can be very lucrative for you. We definitely have had a very good 2020. even in light of COVID. And because of that, I feel like we're going to continue to grow. We're still posting jobs, and we're still trying to create as robust a diverse workforce as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm. Good. Thank you.
Sure.
Awesome. So what types of education do people typically need to enter the insurance industry?
Well, again, thinking about kind of some of those departments I touched on, some of the programs that I get excited about are the colleges that have the insurance and risk management programs, because those are students that are kind of interested in insurance in a lot of different ways. And in some cases, they go to be an agent and want to sell insurance, but in other cases, they want to be a claims professional or an underwriter or an actuary. And those are all business units that exist in our company. So there are different colleges across the state of Michigan that offer that program. We have pretty good partnerships with certainly probably the deepest partnership I would say of anyone is Olivet College, simply because they have that program. It's a top 10 program in the nation, and we've been rooted with them for a long period of time. But you've got also Ferris State, you've got Northwood, you've got LCC that has a program that they've started as well. Mary Stucco does a great job there, and I've got a close partnership with them. So the colleges that have those programs are important to us. But again, any business major, computer science, again, marketing professionals, any of those majors can fit into our culture. We have people that make career changes and job changes, completely different switches to come to the insurance industry, because they've kind of, as they've gone about their business and understand kind of how career growth happens, and they educate themselves on insurance, they know that just kind of what I'm talking about. But it takes a little time. As a young person, those things don't always come to mind when you're trying to make those career decisions. So that's where I really like to be at the high school and college levels, to educate folks and let them know. I wouldn't have known this in college for sure. I didn't have someone like me coming to a place like this and being able to kind of market the industry, and certainly Farm Bureau. But the insurance industry is here to stay. Everyone needs insurance to a certain degree, right? So it's not one of those that's going to ebb and flow. Layoffs just don't happen with our company. Again, it's always about growth for us, and in a lot of different ways. But we're a very project-driven company. We're a collaborative environment, and we're looking for all diverse kinds of folks that can bring new and innovative ideas to our organization to help us continue to grow and really challenge the processes and the things that we have in place to try to make us, kind of who we are.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the internship and co-op opportunities that might be available through your company, that young people who are in college can actually start to sort of test the waters a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Internships for us is definitely a little bit of a growing area. I'd say in the last 5 years, we've definitely tried to grow our internship program in a lot of different ways. And most of those business units I mentioned typically will carry an intern or two. So you might have anywhere from 20 to 25 interns kind of spread across the company at any one point in time during the summer. So it could be a claims intern, it could be an underwriting intern, certainly an actuarial intern. One or two of those we'll hire. Typically we'll hire 2 or 3 marketing interns, maybe a graphic design intern as well in that mix. We always like to carry an IT intern. We're going to have an HR intern for the first time this summer in my group. So that's kind of exciting and cool to kind of expand there a little bit. And one other thing that we've done now from an internship perspective is we have this, and it's kind of all about what we're talking about today, is connecting young people to careers in insurance. And in this case, we're trying to connect young folks that are in farming and agriculture, maybe have 4-H background, FFA, grown up on a family farm. They have that desire and that interest. And what we've done is created a rotational agricultural internship summer program where we'll hire students in those backgrounds to kind of go through a 10-week rotational program where they're going to get exposure in claims, in underwriting, in marketing, in our MFB company, the Michigan Farm Bureau company, and exposure to kind of how that fits into the overall scheme of the organization. And then the last one is crop insurance. So you think about crop insurance and you think, well, what is that? Well, we have actually crop insurance sales specialists that go out and work to build our crop insurance footprint. So In an industry like ours, crop insurance is very important. If you have a large family farm, you need to insure the crops. So crop insurance is actually a career space that you can go into. So we're exposing young professionals, young college students who love agriculture to the fact that they can have a career in insurance, because we need in all of those fields that I spoke of, we need that farming and that agriculture experience in those roles. And those can be hard to find. Farm underwriters, farm claims reps, crop insurance, farm experience is just not abundant out there. It's a very tough level of experience to find. And that's a kind of a niche side of our organization for us. So we definitely need that talent. And so this rotational program, while we weren't able to offer it last year, we did start it in 2019 and hired 10 students to go through the program. We're going to have another group of students come through this summer coming up. And we're working on the plan of how that's going to work now. Probably a combination of virtual and in-person experience, whereas the 2019 experience was all in person. And it was literally riding along with these professionals as a student and going out to farms and going to see the day-to-day aspects of the job. And we actually hired a couple people from the 2019 program, a couple of college students into our company. One is actually an underwriter for us now. And another student actually, she hired into our family credit union. We have actually a Farm Bureau credit union right on site in our building. And she's actually a teller and is working as a teller in our credit union. So using her skills and her talents in farming to help our members that are part of that credit union. So really cool piece for us, and we hope to continue to grow that program.
That's great. So let's segue down to your K-12 partnerships. Most people don't have any clue that you have a really strong partnership with Eaton Risa, and you actually offer essentially an early college program for high school students to explore your industry. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. We're actually in year 11, I believe, of that program. Started literally when I came to the company. And I've been here, like I said, about 11 years now. I started in 2009. And this was kind of an idea that was born from our former CEO and his contacts with Olivet College, and kind of trying to find a way to, again, what can we do to help connect high school level students to our organization and to Farm Bureau and the benefits of our industry. So we have an instructor from Olivet who actually teaches a group of students from the Eaton County schools. They market the program. And I'd say over the years, we've had anywhere from 10 to 20 students in the program. This year's program, we have 17 students. And these come from different schools within Eaton County. And they actually, until this year, were coming into our building and we had a classroom and a space reserved for them to come in and actually hold class. So they would actually get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get on a bus to get to our front door and be there from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. And they would actually have a class that would be taught to them about principles of insurance. And some of them at the end of the school year are in a position to get their AINS designation, which is the principles of insurance designation, and one of those that's important to our industry. So you've actually got high school students in some cases with an insurance designation and college credit that they take out of high school and carry into college. Quite a few of these students go to Olivet because of their program, and it kind of really works right into that. And others stay in insurance in other ways. So these are really to me, I don't think I could have done it as a high school student. I don't know how these kids do it, but the passion they have for what they do, I really respect that. And these are really sharp kids. And we've given them job shadow opportunities throughout the school year in our departments, some of those that I spoke of, so they can see the ins and outs of our business. They get to meet our executive staff. They come in and do some presentations to them throughout the year. And then also, we typically would give them some opportunity at summer employment in the building as well. So those things are kind of, again, connecting our world to theirs and hoping that we can kind of show them the back door of how our organization works and see them as candidates and maybe as customers, as time goes as well, too. So it's really an exciting program that I get a lot of satisfaction in being a part of, and we're going to continue to have it as long as we can be successful with it.
So how would a student who's interested in becoming part of that class join you for next school year?
So I think the way I understand it is the marketing happens from the Eat and Reese's side of things. So Mike Reynolds and his group, even Greg Brown, who is our instructor, is an Olivet instructor and qualified to teach the class. They have outreach opportunities, and they get into these schools, Maple Valley, Charlotte, Potterville, Grand Ledge. I'm thinking about all the students. Maybe even we had a Lakewood or two student as well too over the years. These are the schools that they're kind of bringing the program to and saying, hey, we have these opportunities. Do you have students that might be interested? And so, if you're in the Eaton County schools, you should be finding your way to them through whatever channel they have their outreach. And if you need help with that, reach out, let us know, and I can get you connected to the right people.
We'll make sure to put the information at the end of our podcast today. So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks. That's exciting. And I had the opportunity before the pandemic to go and visit in your classroom and see some of the students as they were transitioning at the end of their day. So, and it was early when we were there. So
yes.
it
So
takes a lot of dedication.
You've seen it. You saw it. Yeah. So they've been all virtual this year. It's been a little different year for this class, just like anything else for this group of high school students that we're dealing with. All virtual world. Our building has pretty much been shut down since COVID. I've been working from home. Most of our workforce has been working from home since last March. And so Greg's been doing this virtual. We are going to do a virtual job shadow with the students. We're actually getting ready to embark on that opportunity starting here on March 4th. So we are going to give them the opportunity and letting them choose which business units they want to go into based on the corporate staff that they heard from and the areas that they represent, and kind of have interest in different areas. So we got students going into underwriting, going into claims, spending some time with our actuarial department and accounting and finance groups. We've even got an HR student that we're going to take on that has some interest in an HR career going forward. So even though we can't let them do that in person and deliver it the way we wanted to before, we're going to offer it in a virtual format, which is exciting to give them that experience, which is certainly better than nothing at all, obviously.
Exactly.
They're in the building doing their thing, but it's just not possible right now. We are doing building remodeling right now too, which is—
Might as well take advantage of it, right?
We are, and it's going to be to accommodate a more mobile workforce, workforce as we go forward. We're not going to have the same number of employees in our building that we did pre-COVID. And that's not a bad thing. It's just showing this last year, we've shown really that we can do this work and get our work done just as efficiently, if not more efficiently, in a virtual format. So while I miss seeing people every day, I'll be back in the building some. I'm not going to be the one who's going to be home all the time, because it's going to be hard for me to do that anyway. I just see face to face. But we'll have other folks that will be there from time to time, but for the most part, they'll be working out of their homes, doing work for us just like they did before.
Sure. Well, nothing like a pandemic to breed innovation, right?
Absolutely. We were already heading in that direction, but certainly it kind of got us going there quicker. And it'll be exciting to see the changes that take place here, because it'll be hotel stations and different workstations that our workforce hasn't been a part of before to accomplish this kind of new paradigm shift that we're underway with. So it's really going to be cool to kind of just see that all come together and almost feel like kind of a whole new company, I think, when everyone's back to it. I've seen some of the small changes happening, but we got more coming here now throughout the summer as well.
Yeah, well, that's something to look forward to. So
absolutely.
That's great. Thanks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it seems like our time is running out, and I have one last question. We end every interview with CapCan Knows, where you would state your name and what do you know. So I asked you, Dave Varing, who are you and what do you know?
I am Dave Varing, Employment Services Manager for the Michigan Farm Bureau family of companies. I have been here for 11 years. I know that I love this company. I am so happy that I found them and that I found the insurance industry and all the broad range of careers that it offers, and also allows me to be able to connect to young people and kind of share my passion with them in hopes that they can garner a career with us at some point in time as well.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. I want to thank Dave Varing for coming on the podcast to chat with Michelle and I.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Dave.
For more information on CapCan, please be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or visit our website at capcan.org. Thank you all for joining us today, and we will see you again soon.